It was great. Wow. Diba? For me, I think peak of all the emotions was after the Nepal game. So that was the first game. And it was a classic come from behind game. And an added layer would be that it was made in more or less extra time, so the last 5 minutes. So when the whistle blew after we scored those two goals, dun ko talaga nasabi, wow, we did that.
Yeah.
Diba? The Philippine women's national football team did that. So, so when we entered our second and our last match versus Hong Kong, the mindset then was we need to get the job done, which is to get next 3 points. So medyo mas chill na at the end of the Hong Kong game, but rewarding nonetheless, and very proud of the team.
I'm getting goosebumps just when she was telling the story about that Nepal match, Paulo.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy kasi grabe talaga. It does not happen often. If that were equivalent in basketball, that's like a buzzer beater happening like twice in like the span of 2 minutes. Pero Sara, looking at this, looking at what happened, it had to speak about yung mentality of the team because it could have easily become frustrated, stop playing your game and try to force things. But that wasn't the case for this particular team. Could you tell us a bit about what you went through mentally during that game against Nepal and even against Hong Kong, having to get that late goal as well?
Yeah, so I think during the game, when we tied, I guess in a way, yeah, when we finally got the tie, yeah, when we tied, in a way we were also getting a little bit taranta. So there were times where we would just send long balls and everything, but it wasn't really the way that we would be able to win the game. So I guess in a way, like for me, mentally, I had to like calm myself down and just relax. Because like in my head, or like I knew that we could do it. So we just had to relax and eventually, yeah, the goal came. So that was good.
Sounds easy, no?
Okay, it sounds easy to just.
pretty simple.
It's like, okay, let's just relax, all right, you know.
Two goals,
Our nation's just watching
two
us.
goals
Yeah.
in extra time. Kaya. Cam, I'm interested to find out, what did you discover about the team in this qualifiers? One, and number two, what is the personality of the team? Is it an attacking team after this qualifiers? What did you discover? Are you a defensive team? Other than you seem to be a relaxed team, as you have described.
Yeah, I think Sarah's the chillest among us, so she's an outlier. No, joke lang. I think it's a character of the team not to know what our goals are. Because before we even came into this tournament, we set the goals. We huddled up as a group and discussed, ano ba yung goal natin? So the goal was really 6 points. And I think aside from being a determined team to get our goal, it was also that we showed the character now. We would not only get the goal, but really fight for it, diba? Show them kung ano ba talaga yung laban ng Pilipinas. So, and I think I'm just very proud of the team for being able to do that. And yeah, so what we need to be or develop further is our possessing team. We do want to be a possessing team. Whoever has the ball is the one that controls the game, and we would want that. And aside from that, we'd also want to be a finishing team. So we saw in the games, no, marami kaming mga attacks, but medyo nagkulang sa goals. We all personally know that we could have scored more. So that's definitely some points that we would need to work on right now as we head into the Asian Cup.
Yeah, that's true. And Sara, you have a lot of new teammates in this group. Chandra McDaniel, si Ube, and so on and so forth. And can you tell us a bit about yung contribution nila in this particular campaign? We all saw it on the field in those two 90-minute games. But then can you tell us a bit about who they are, how they are within yung team setting ninyo?
Yeah, well, I think, because we were kind of like split into two groups. So yeah, because we were in the States for camp, and majority of the players that were with us during the tournament came from there. So I think they did a good job with adjusting with a very short amount of time for preparation. So yeah, they did well in terms of adjusting to the coach, in terms of how everything was planned out with a limited number of players, staff, everything like that. So I think they all did a good job with adjusting to those different circumstances. And then also for the players from the Philippines, I think the only new player from the Philippines would be Ube, but from all the locals who met up with us, they also did a very good job with continuing with the online trainings and being able to adjust with the new coaching style as well, and being able to like connect with our teammates from the States.
Okay, looking forward to India, Cam. Sarah mentioned, training in the U.S. and all of that. Can you tell us, do you know already what's going to happen leading up to India in terms of the preparation? Are you getting new personnel? Is everybody going to be able to train in the U.S. as we hear that California is open to that? Because I know you also got some nice matches in prior to the qualifiers there.
I think the main goal really is to have the whole team train together. So the immediate, I think, option right now is California to do the same setup as we did preparing for the Uzbekistan tournament, right? So we had we did it in a closed camp style wherein we would like eat together, train together, sleep together, and then go against certain teams, which we really needed, especially leading up to this tournament. So I think the details are still to be penciled in, right? And but definitely that's the goal, that's the vision on that. At least 2 months or as soon as possible, diba, lahat nagte-training na sabay-sabay. So while that in-person training is still siguro to be decided, definitely what will continue is the very familiar Zoom training of strength and conditioning, which will be very helpful.
Well, Sara,
For now.
For now.
We have to settle.
Hopefully, yes,
We
we
have
have
to
to
settle
settle for that. Hopefully, that will all change. But Sara, Cam, your messages to the Philippine football community and the fans that did follow you and supported you there in Uzbekistan, and of course, eager for your next journey. Cam, start with you.
Okay, I just want to shout out and say thank you to everyone who followed us. There was some increase in our supporting. So we hope to see all of you continue to support us and pray for our health, our safety, especially during these times. A big shout out also to my teammates. We did it. Our coaches, they're the team behind the team, diba? So also our team manager, our media officers, and our friends actually in PWFA. Thank you so much for supporting us. And for all, to keep updated, just follow us across all our social media platforms. Nag-shoutout na ako. So, Filipinas Women's National Football Team on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you.
Sara?
Me, just thank you to everyone who watched. Hello to my relatives. I haven't seen you guys in a while. And, yeah, just continue to support us always.
Yeah,
Thank you.